Let's be honest, homemade food gifts are the MVP of the holidays. They're thoughtful, delicious, and way more fun than another candle or some other random thing you found on Amazon.
Today we're sharing 6 quick and easy do-it-yourself Christmas food gifts that are guaranteed crowd pleasers.
We're talking sweet, salty, boozy, and everything in between. Cute enough to gift, but simple enough to whip up in an afternoon.
So, whether you need last-minute neighbor gifts or something special for your holiday party host,
we've got you covered.
Today we're starting out with one of my favorites, toasted cinnamon almonds. They're sweet, crunchy, a little bit salty, and they smell amazing while they bake. If I got this as a gift, I would love it. And the great thing is you can make it in different flavors, so it's a great gift. Let me show you how to make this. In a large bowl, beat the egg whites until they're nice and frothy. Then add the vanilla and give it a quick mix. Add in the almonds and stir gently until they're coated. In a separate bowl, combine sugar, brown sugar, salt, and cinnamon. Pour that spiced sugar into the almonds and stir gently until everything is evenly coated. Depending on how many you're making, you might want to spread them out on 2 different baking sheets. You won't want to crowd them. Then we'll bake them at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes. At the halfway mark, give them a little stir so they cook evenly. When they're golden and crisp, take them out and let them cool completely. I really wish that you could smell it in here. It smells so delicious. Once the almonds have cooled, scoop them into little jars or gift bags. I like to put a little sticker on the outside that says what it is. I'm gonna tie some ribbon, and I found these cute little spoons that I'm gonna slip right in. Look how cute it is. Look at that. Instant holiday gift that smells like Christmas and tastes even better.
Next up, we're making seasoned salt. These are such a great gift because they're easy to make. They look so cute in these little tins or these little packets, and they instantly make your food taste so much more flavorful. I've got 2 flavors for you today. We've got a lemon, thyme, and rosemary salt, and a bourbon bacon salt. For the first one, start by drying some lemon zest, thyme, and rosemary a few days in advance. I just set them out on the counter until they're dry. Now, there are 2 different types of salt that I think you can use here. It really depends on the application and what you think your friends are gonna like the most. I love flake salt, and then a sea salt, a fine, you can use coarse if you want to, but that makes a lot bigger grains that are harder to use on your food. So mix 1 teaspoon each of thyme and rosemary, the lemon zest, with half a cup of salt in a food processor. Blend it up for about 30 seconds. You want to incorporate the herbs and break up that salt a little bit, but not too much or you'll end up with dust. This smells amazing. I can smell the lemon, the rosemary, and the thyme. It's so fresh and bright. This is gonna go really well on chicken, fish, or even veggies. Your friends are gonna love it. Now next, let's do the bacon bourbon salt. All right, for this one, obviously we're gonna need some bacon. I am using 100% real bacon bits. This has a little bit of a smoke flavor added, so that's gonna give it an extra element of flavor. You can use bacon bits, you can make your own bacon. When this is mixed with the salt, it doesn't need to be refrigerated, so this is a good option. And then a little bit of bourbon. I'm just gonna use half a tablespoon of bourbon. It's gonna add so much flavor. Add 2 ounces of bacon bits and half a cup of coarse salt into a food processor. Drizzle on 1 tablespoon of bourbon and pulse it until everything's combined. Again, this one smells amazing. There's that smoky bacon in there, but the bourbon, it's delicious. Now this one has a little bit more moisture in it, so we're gonna have to dry it. And that means we're gonna have to put it in the oven for about an hour at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm just gonna spread it out here on my baking sheet. You'll wanna stir it once or twice while it's in there so that it gets evenly dried. All right, let's get it in the oven. All right, make sure that your salt is completely dry before you package it up. Now you're gonna wanna package it in something cute so that you can give it away to your friends. I love these little slider tins. They're really inexpensive, very easy to get. Another option that I like are these little bags. They have a little window here so you can kind of see what's inside. I got all of these options on Amazon, very easy to get, and you can tack on your own little label. I'm going to show you how to do that next. Grab your packet or jar or whatever it is that you're going to store this in and just add your salt right in there. And there you go, 2 seasoned salts, 2 totally different flavors. For the labeling, you can use any label you want. I just got some Avery labels. These are circles. When you go to the Avery website, it gives you a whole bunch of templates that you can use. So I just used one of those templates and I made my cute little stickers. Then all you have to do is peel it off and stick it on. All packaged up, you've got the perfect cute little gift, and these are just as useful as they are flavorful.
Our next gift is for the cocktail lovers in your life. These dried citrus garnishes are fragrant and colorful, and they make drinks look like they came from a fancy bar. Start by slicing your citrus into thin, even rounds. About a 1/4 inch thick works best. Lay them flat on a parchment-lined baking sheet, making sure they don't overlap. Dry them in the oven at 200 degrees Fahrenheit for about 2 to 3 hours, flipping halfway through. They should be dry but still vibrant in color. You want them crisp and light, not wet. That's how you know they're done. Once they're cooled, package them in little bags or jars. I like these with the resealable top to keep things fresh. You can even stick on self-printed labels if you want. Tie on a ribbon or anything festive and pretty will work, and they're instantly gift ready. These are perfect for cocktails, mocktails, or even dropping into a cup of tea. They're simple, gorgeous, and zero waste, especially if you're trying to use up extra citrus.
Next up, we're making homemade coffee liqueur. One of my go-tos for anyone who likes espresso martini or a little something extra in their coffee. This coffee liqueur is similar to a Kahlua that you would use in an espresso martini. This is one of my favorites to make, but you're going to need a couple of specialty items. Now, this isn't going to be very expensive, that's the great part, but there are a few things to get. One is the Everclear. I live in California, so we are not able to get 190 proof Everclear. It does go up that high, but I'm using 120 proof. I think that this is definitely a high enough proof for what we're making. If you want to, you can use the 190. We're also gonna need a whole bunch of light brown sugar. Need some vanilla extract and some really strong coffee. You can use espresso or you can make your own. I'm doing a French press with a coarse dark coffee. A nice dark rich coffee is going to give a lot of flavor to this. All right, we need about 7.5 cups of the strong brewed coffee that I talked about. So let's add that to our pot. You need a pretty big pot because you're going to be adding a lot of ingredients to this. Add in the light brown sugar and heat it over medium-high heat, stirring it frequently until the sugar is completely dissolved. It's going to take about 2 to 5 minutes. Remove the pot from the heat and then just let it cool at room temperature until it's completely cool. The coffee mixture is all cool and ready to go now, so we're going to pour in our vanilla extract and then the Everclear. So you need 750 milliliters of Everclear. I think this is ready to be put into the bottle. Whatever bottles you're using, just make sure that they're really thoroughly cleaned. I like to sanitize mine too with a little bit of Star San. Now we're ready to fill the bottles. This is really easy to do with a small funnel. Just pour the liqueur right up to the top. Altogether, this recipe made 8 bottles of coffee liqueur. It's perfect, right? You just need to let these sit in a cool, dark place for about 2 weeks before they're ready to pour. So make sure you have enough time before Christmas to get these done. And I wanted to show you the cute little labels that we're gonna put on here. You can buy an Avery label, round, or you can just buy a sheet of sticky paper and print it with whatever design you like. Then we're just gonna stick these on here. I have one that just says coffee liqueur, and then I have one that has an espresso martini recipe printed on it, and I'm gonna stick both of these on the bottle. This tastes so good on its own over ice or in some coffee or hot chocolate. And I always make sure to make a couple of bottles for myself. Cheers.
Next up, we're making these really fun cocktail infusion kits. They're super easy to put together, and they make such a fun gift for your friends who enjoy a drink once in a while. You're gonna need some 6 to 8 ounce jars. and some way to dehydrate citrus, like we did with the cocktail garnishes. I've dried some oranges, lemons, and limes. I've also got some rosemary and some ginger. We're gonna put 2 of each in each jar. You know, there really are endless combinations that you can make depending on what you want to put in the jar. And you can gift it with or without the alcohol. I like to leave that up to the person that I'm gifting it to, but these all would be great with vodka, gin, or bourbon. When they're ready to use it, they'll just fill their jar, or as much of the jar as they want, with the spirit of their choice. Then let it sit for a day or 2 to infuse before using it in a cocktail. I like to make little tags that have information about how to use it and a couple of really great cocktail recipes as well. Then you can tie on little tags and maybe use some ribbon, burlap, or fabric for a festive touch. That's it. It's really easy to make, right? But it's a unique and fun gift.
And finally, we've come to my favorite of the whole batch, homemade dry rub. This one's for the grill masters, barbecue lovers, and basically anyone who loves flavor on their food. It's bold, smoky, and it makes a perfect little gift in a jar. So the best way to make this dry rub is to go to a store with a bulk section of spices and just load up on the spices you're gonna need for this recipe. Make sure that you check out our website. It's got all of the recipes and you can see how much quantity you're gonna need. And depending on how many of these jars you're gonna make, that's how much of this seasoning you're gonna get. And you're gonna save a ton of money by getting it bulk at the store. I plan to put about 3 ounces of dry rub in these jars to give away, but you can go bigger if you want. A big jar is gonna be an awesome gift for somebody. Just plan your spices accordingly. I'm gonna mix all of this up in a big mixing cup so that I can just pour it right into the jars. It's gonna make it easy and fast. One thing I wanna note, it's much easier to have a scale to measure out your seasonings. So I will put the cups measurements in case you wanna use that, but this is so much better if you just use the weight. So if you have a scale, get that out and you can measure out all of your seasonings. So start with the base of brown sugar, then add the paprika, chili powder, you can choose hot or mild here, granulated garlic, granulated onion powder, salt, pepper, and some mustard powder. Whisk it all together until it's fully combined and the color is nice and even. Now you can pick out any jar that you like that you want to put this in. I love these little jars. They're so cute and they hold just enough so it's not going to be stuck in someone's cabinet for a long time. And it's really easy to fill these up. So once you've got all of your mix here, you can just pour it right into the jar. We've got a couple of jars. I just wanted to mention that the amount that we made is enough to fill about 5 of these little jars, or maybe like probably 2.5 of these higher sized jars, and you would be able to make about 2 of these larger jars. But this gives you an idea. There's a couple of different choices you can make here. So just get those all capped up, and then you can put on something like this, a little tag that says what it is and what's in it. People like to know what's in their rubs, and then you can just attach that to the side of the jar. I like that idea. We also have these round stickers, and I like to put these on the top of the jar. I love this idea so much because it's so practical. Almost anyone on your Christmas list can use this, and it's way better than another boring gift card.
Now you have 6 fantastic gift ideas for Christmas that won't be immediately re-gifted or returned to the store. And you'll get major bonus points for putting in the effort.
If you want to check out any of the packaging options we used today, check out the links in the description. We've got them all down there for you. You don't have to get fancy or expensive, but a little bit of cute packaging goes a long way.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to watch this video next. 6 cute and stress-free Christmas treat ideas to go along with your homemade gifts.